Kitchen door, please.
Shelley! Shelley!
Shelley!
Mrs. Reinhardt, our people are out searching even as we speak. But there's not a lot we can do until we know all the details. Now, Nathan, you were on your way home from Bible class when you were attacked, right? You managed to get away, but your sister kept fighting.
Yes, that's her.
Have you seen her?
Not for weeks. Pretty thing.
So you went home and went straight to your room.
And why didn't you tell Mum straight away, Nathan? Were you worried about Shelley?
We discourage any form of fighting. Nathan was probably afraid he'd get into trouble if he told us.
Is that right, mate?
Or maybe Shelley's hiding somewhere for the same reason.
He's all right, Mrs. Davies, if you do happen to see her.
Wouldn't be a reward, would there?
No, not at the moment.
Mrs. Davies, the police would take a very dim view of any person withholding information on the basis of waiting for one.
She's wearing a green dress, black shoes.
Sorry, I can't help you, mate. We've only been here about 10 minutes. Good-looking kid, though, isn't she? Break a few hearts when she grows up.
If we find her.
Yeah.
Was Shelley carrying anything with her?
Yes, a reader.
A school book?
A Bible reader. Stories from the Old Testament.
And a Jesus doll.
A doll of the baby Jesus. We gave it to her for her birthday.
Completed park perimeter, moving on to Crescent Drive.
Thanks, Max.
Mount Thomas 308 back on channel.
There were 3 of them. We weren't doing anything. They just started hitting us.
I'm sorry. Still no sign of your daughter.
Nathan, these 3 boys in the park, would you know who they were if you saw them again?
One of them was Tony Castell.
Thanks for coming in, Miss Hopkins. Seems the parents weren't available.
Tony and I are old friends, aren't we?
OK, Tony. I want to know if you saw Shelley Reinhardt today.
No.
Well, according to Nathan, you bailed them up in the park and wanted their pocket money.
As if. Those Jesus freaks never have money.
But you did see them.
Maybe.
Listen to me, Tony.
All right, so I saw them. So what?
All right, so you ambushed them, is that right?
We didn't hurt them.
What are you talking about? Nathan, my friend, has got bruises all over him.
Probably got beat up by his father. We hardly touched him.
What about Shelley?
We just pushed her around a little bit.
You didn't think anything of pushing around a defenceless 5-year-old girl?
Defenceless? Look what she did to me.
And you were angry because she hit back, is that right? What did you do with her, Tony?
You're correct, man. I didn't do nothing. I let her go.
Just like that?
Yeah, just like that. Got boring. Last time I saw her, she was running away from the park.
Right, well, if you're not responsible for her disappearance, do you know who is?
Why don't you go and ask the town retard? He was the one who probably took off with her.
Who?
Clancy, of course. He's always hanging around the park.
Yeah, and about what time was this, sir?
Adam.
Yeah, right. Do you know at all what she was wearing? Yeah.
It's not Clancy.
No, it's got to be someone.
Tony is just looking for someone to pass the buck to. Clancy is harmless.
Boss, he's been doing a bit of prowling, you know that.
PJ's visiting the neighbours.
Yeah, but they don't like it. Look, and what about the snowdropping?
Snowdropping? Listen, he was helping Madge Brossart bring in her washing.
Yeah, but she didn't actually ask him, did she? And she wasn't actually there at the time. Boss, listen, all I'm saying is maybe he's not as harmless as he seems.
Well?
Not home, and his mum hasn't seen him all day, which is unusual.
Well, we can't hold Castell.
It is not Clancy. Bring him in as soon as you find him.
Oh, thank you.
I just don't think she's alive, that's all, Maggie.
Well, she could have been kidnapped. That doesn't mean that she's dead.
Well, the family's got no money, so there'll be no ransom demand. If someone's picked her up, they're not going to just bring her back.
Work, Boo.
Still no sign of Clancy, boss.
Will you check with his mother?
Yeah, she says he hasn't come home yet.
She must be really worried.
Well, she says it's pretty hard to keep up with him, and I can understand that.
Well, even you have to admit, boss, it's a bit strange, isn't it?
All right.
Wait.
Thomas in the States.
Hey, turn it up with you, Chris.
For a missing girl.
Well, isn't that your friend?
Seen walking home from church this morning around 9.
Shut up, will you? Shut up.
Initially, the police suspected a gang of local schoolboys, but after extensive interviews this afternoon, the boys have been released. Although there has been no word from an abductor, police have not ruled out kidnapping. Shelley was last seen wearing a blue dress and black shoes. If anyone knows the whereabouts of the missing girl,
Well, how do they get the story?
Mount Thomas,
Probably Ted Faulkner, I suppose. Has an affinity with certain sections of the media. All right, everybody, thanks very much for your help today. We'll start again at first light. Nick, can you man the station liaise with St David's? See you all later. Good night.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Boss, there's been a sighting in East Gippsland, but it doesn't seem very likely she had blonde hair and was wearing a tracksuit.
And, boss, I've had 5 calls from Northern Territory and 1 from New South Wales.
Ted.
Any developments?
Nothing new, I'm afraid.
I wasn't pleased to see details of this case released by the national media last night.
Oh, we haven't spoken to the media.
Well, somebody has. Certainly didn't come from my office. I don't have to tell you all that this is an extremely sensitive case. One slip and the media will be onto us like a ton of bricks. We'll have a 3-ring circus on our hands. And nobody is to talk to the media. Any inquiries have to be directed to me. Understood?
Yes, sir. Hello, Mount Thomas Police.
What's the situation?
Well, the SES is searching the outskirts of town. We've had calls from everywhere, but nothing concrete yet.
Suspects?
Only one.
Boss, they've found Clancy.
This is crazy. Clancy wouldn't hurt anyone.
Constable Doyle, at the end, can I have a ride?
Yeah, sure, Clancy. Jump in.
What's that you got there, Clancy?
It's baby Jesus.
Please, Constable. I can't give you any information. If you want more information, you can contact Media Liaison. Now, can you please wait outside?
What's the secret, mate? What's the secret?
Come on through. Oh, thanks very much for coming back. Clancy's mother's a really wonderful woman, but she can't stop herself from speaking for him. Nick? Yep? You tell PJ Trudy's here?
Yep.
Maggie? As soon as Nick's ready, I want you two to go out and search Clancy's house.
Harriet! Now, I wouldn't have thought this case would be big enough for you, Harriet.
5-year-old missing girl, please, PJ.
Yeah.
Now, is he in there?
Can't tell you anything.
Oh, no, PJ.
I said I can't tell you anything now.
Can I have your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen? Attention. There will be a press conference at the Mechanics Institute in half an hour. In the meantime, would you please clear the station? These officers have work to do.
Can you just tell us the latest, Mr. Reinhardt?
Please, ladies and gentlemen.
This man Clancy confessed. Any leads on the girl yet?
There's been no confession. He says he hasn't seen her. I'm inclined to believe him. Schultz and Doyle will search his house. I doubt if they'll find anything.
Well, let's have a word with the suspect, then.
With all due respect, sir, Clancy's not very good with people he doesn't know. In your presence, he could clam up completely. Hasham's quite capable of interviewing him.
Yeah, I hope so, Sergeant.
How many days, Clans?
Days.
No, but how many days?
Not very good with numbers, Mrs. Hopkins.
It's okay.
Clancy, how well do you know Shelley?
She's my friend. We play together all the time. None of the other kids will play with her. They won't play with me either. Can't draw a picture? Constable Cooper let me draw when I visit.
Not just yet, mate. Now, what sort of games do you play with Shelley?
Lot. Hide and seek. Chasey. I'm real good at running. Sometimes we play giant. I'm always the giant because I'm the biggest. Shelley so little.
All right. Now, you ever played doctors and nurses?
My mum said I'm not smart enough to be a doctor. But I wouldn't mind being a nurse.
Oh, for God's sake, don't let a reporter near him. They'd really go to town on something like that.
Yeah. Where's Faulkner?
gone to give his press conference, which explains the relative silence. So, what's your verdict?
Well, it all sounds innocent enough, but we can't rule him out. Boss, he's a big guy, he's not very bright, and where was he last night?
What's your gut feeling? Do you think he did it?
No.
Doesn't leave us very many other possibilities. Tony Costello or his mates. Some stranger passing through town.
The parents? Well, you did say possibilities.
Yes, possibilities, PJ, not outlandish unlikelihoods. The way your mind operates, I could be a suspect.
Well, I haven't ruled that out yet, boss.
Found this under Clancy's bed. Bible reader.
Okay, you recording? Yep. Now, you must be very worried.
Cheeky sod.
Frantic. I just want my little girl back. Oh, could we just get you to hold the teddy up there, somewhere where you can see it? That's good. Great. You must be very worried. I just want her back. I'm sorry, could I get you to do it like you did before? I know that sounds staged, but well, we just want people to take it seriously, yeah? If you do feel like crying, we don't want anything contrived, but if you do feel a tear coming on, then it's okay. You don't have to hold it back. Okay. You must be very worried.
I just want my little girl back.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Poor things.
They let their kids get beaten up all the time.
Oh, Carly, just because they're religious, it doesn't make them weird.
No? Doesn't make them saints either.
3 ordinary people whose lives have been torn apart. This is a tragedy for the Reinhardts, a tragedy for the little town of Mount Thomas, and a scar on the face of the nation. Fantastic. Thank you very much. If that doesn't have to get your little girl back, nothing will. Do you have any news for the Reinhardts, Senior Constable Schultz?
Yes, I do, and it's for the Reinhardts.
Well, the public would like to know.
Well, that's very nice for the public, but I think they should mind their own business. And I think you should turn that camera off and you should leave. Now, Sergeant Croydon would like you both down the station, please.
Is it Shelley?
Turn it off, mate.
It doesn't matter about that. Please, just tell
Mr.
us.
Reinhardt, we haven't found your daughter. The sergeant just wants to ask you about a few more details, that's all. Excuse me?
Oh, manipulation. I'll have you know that they called us.
Now, why would they do that, Harriet?
Well, the power of the media. They know that... They know that we can go where police can't, and they also know we're on their side.
That's my picture. Can I draw another one?
Not right now, mate. Come on.
That's my picture.
Who's that? Come on, he's your suspect, isn't
I
he?
can't talk to you, Harriet.
Is that the reader Shelley had with her yesterday?
That's the one.
Oh, Mum, why am I still here?
It's okay, mate. We just need to ask you a couple of questions.
I'm no good at them. I always get them wrong.
Can you tell us where you were last night?
The secret.
Yeah? What sort of secret? Something bad?
You might tell Mum.
What might we tell her, mate?
Can't say. It's a secret.
Clancy, now, can you tell us how you got this book?
Found it.
Yeah? Where?
In the park.
Do you know whose it is?
Yeah. It's Shelley.
Yeah, how do you know that?
It's got a name in it. Her name.
What was it doing in the park?
I don't know. She must have dropped it. I was going to give it to her next time I saw her. I went to the park this morning because I thought she might be there and we could play giant. But she wasn't there.
Clancy, now, you didn't have the book with you when you were in the park.
No, I forgot it. Remember the doll bat?
All right, now, I need
need to ask you something, Clance. Now, these games you played with Shelley, right? Now, did you ever take your clothes off?
No.
No? Did you ever get her to do anything she didn't want to do?
No.
Did you ever hurt her?
I'd never hurt Shelley.
Well, what about accidentally? You know, you might have done something accidentally.
Can I go to the toilet?
Again?
It won't be long. It's only number one.
Okay. Interview suspended at 10:30.
PJ, you got a minute?
Yeah, Wayne, can you show Clancy the toilet, please?
Yeah.
Won't be long. It's only number one.
Senior Detective Hashem, this is Bill and Nina Dwyer.
How do you do?
Karen Reinhardt's parents.
Ah. You locals?
No, we live in Sydney.
We drove all night when we heard about Shelley.
So, your daughter told you?
They don't talk to us. We found out on the news. Can you believe that?
Well, I'm sorry we haven't been able to locate your granddaughter.
Could we ask, where are you directing your investigations?
Well, we're trying to establish who was the last person to see Shelley in the park yesterday afternoon. We've questioned a number of people, but got no clear leads at this stage.
You're not trying a bit closer to home at all?
What do you mean?
Well, have you interviewed her father?
What, you know something?
No, not really.
But you don't get along with him?
Well, we wouldn't say that exactly.
But you think there's something wrong?
We don't like to point the finger at anyone, much less our son-in-law, but we're worried about Shelley. Well, she's always been a bright girl, and Matthew doesn't like that. He's always punished her for the way she likes to dress and wear her hair. It's part of the reason they don't talk to us anymore.
We're just worried that he might have gone too far. Well, he's a violent man. I believe he even has a criminal history.
No, I checked IBM, boss. Nothing.
I think he's changed his name.
We'll look into it. In the meantime, I suggest you keep these allegations to yourself.
Of course.
I'll tell you, boss, I've had my doubts about that family.
What about Clancy?
Well, what he was up to last night is still a mystery. But he's not smart enough to lie, and everything he says makes sense.
I always thought it would.
Boss, Mrs. McCusker. She said she saw Clancy hanging outside the church hall all yesterday morning while his mum was inside doing the flowers.
And what did she do? Watch him for 2 hours?
Nan McCusker owns the drapery across the road from the church hall. She's always complaining about Clancy hanging around. She reckons he's bad for business.
And she knows where he was last night, watching her Labrador have pups.
What, all night?
And she said she chased him away twice, but he kept coming back.
So Clancy's got an alibi.
Can I go now?
Yeah, come on, Clancy, we'll take you home.
Take you in the engine, huh? You can have a go on the siren.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
I'm not coming back anymore. Don't like it here now.
Now, sir, if you'd just give us your name, that could... Hello? Hello? Hung up. Now, this bloke reckons he saw Shelley about 10 o'clock yesterday morning. He said she was crying and she was being dragged from the park by her father.
An anonymous local person could say anything. I haven't seen Shelley since she left the church.
Why would anyone lie about it?
It's no secret our faith doesn't make us popular in this town.
And you're positive you didn't see her after the Bible meeting? Mr. Reinhardt?
Yes. I'm positive.
We'd like Nathan to talk to a child psychologist.
Is that absolutely necessary? I don't want him traumatised.
It's all right. They're just doing their job. If it helps find Shelley.
As far as I can work out, Nathan really doesn't know where his sister is, but he does reveal quite a lot about his family. Look at the colours he uses. It's all dark. Most children use bright, almost garish colours. And none of his family members are smiling either. See here? And the doors on the house are too small for these figures to fit through. This usually indicates a repressive household. Yeah, and look at this one. See how Nathan draws himself, protected under this family umbrella with his parents. And this is Shelley alone in the rain, separated from her family.
And what's the box?
Nathan says when Shelley's naughty, their father locks her up.
Better talk to him again, huh?
After we've searched the house.
Come on, mate. All I'm asking is for a few seconds over near the house.
Sorry, it's not allowed.
Come on, just a few seconds. Give us a break.
We've got something.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, look, they're onto something and I can't get a good shot from back here.
You know the rules, Miss Keppel?
Oh, please.
What is it, a cellar?
Yeah.
Shelley, are you down there?
Come on, just one shot. Come on, just quickly.
Doesn't look like it's been used in a while.
You better get down there and check it out. Huh?
Yep.
Shelley?
Not a chance.
Oh, please, Constable.
Excuse me? I have to ask you to keep the perimeter clear. Come on, hands on!
Hey, you take another step forwards, I'll arrest you.
On what
Get
grounds?
back on the grounds of being on the grounds. And if you don't leave immediately with your friends, I'll arrest you.
We'll just be 10 seconds.
Harriet Keppel, I will charge you with hindering a police investigation.
Okay.
If you can turn that thing off, mate. Bet he's a bloody Geelong supporter.
How's it going down there? You find anything?
There's plenty of spiders, no sign of Shelley. Hey, wait, can you grab me a torch?
We've been warned against fraternising, Harriet.
Oh, is that what this is?
If I don't tell you anything.
Did they tip you off? Oh, come on, PJ. I know you've released Clancy, so he's not a suspect anymore. And don't tell me you've been searching the Reinhardts just for the hell of it.
Well, if you know it, I don't have to confirm it.
So they're suspects.
Let's
Him and
just
her.
say our investigations are ongoing, okay?
Look, I've heard some rumours about this religion that they follow. Apparently it's not as straight up and down as they like people to believe. Very strict, apparently. No sex before marriage, no contraception. The girls aren't allowed to wear shorts or jeans. Do you know what Shelley's short for?
Rachel?
Very good. Did you know what it means?
Let me guess. 5-year-old girl kidnapped from small stranger.
Okay, female sheep. And you know what female sheep were used for in the Old Testament?
I dread to think.
Sacrifice.
Hang about. Now, I thought you were on the Reinhardt side.
I'm an impartial journalist. I'm not on anyone's side. Besides, you can't keep telling the same story. PJ, I hope that little girl is found just as much as her mother does. And if she is, well, I want to be first on hand with the news, that's all. But if she's dead, I think the viewers have a right to know that there's a deranged killer out there.
Well, it's highly unlikely. From my experience, the perpetrator usually comes from the immediate family. Okay? You want another?
Yes, please.
Some more thanks, Chrissy?
Yeah, 2 more for the working men. Catch up in old times, eh?
Yeah, something like that.
Good. Is it a date or an interview?
Well, Harriet and I have an understanding.
Yeah? It's funny, actually, you should say that, because she seems to have an understanding with quite a few people, Faulkner being one. You know, your Harriet has kept in touch with Uncle Ted since she was last in town. Has she kept in touch with you, mate? I mean, you know, letters, phone calls, faxes, postcards, chocolates, anything like that? Didn't think so.
There you go.
How about we take these back to my room?
Local police still deny the girl's father is somehow responsible for her disappearance. However, a Mount Thomas detective who prefers not to be named suggested they must...
An unnamed Mount Thomas
now,
detective.
listen, I didn't say a thing.
Hey, any ideas who it might be, mate?
That out of
Don't
context.
tell me, Peter. Tell Ted all about it.
Where you going, mate?
Detective Hasham.
Yes, sir.
It's because of reports like this that I didn't want anyone talking to the media in the first place. Let me tell you something, Hasham. If I so much as hear a whisper of your name in connection with the media, you'll be taken off this case. And you'll be put on uniform desk duties in Patchywallach. I make myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Same goes for the rest of you. No talking to the press. And find this blasted girl.
Thanks for that. See you, mate.
How's it going?
Well, nothing on Reinhardt's identity yet.
Yeah? Maybe that's because he never changed it officially. Didn't use a deed poll. He just woke up one morning and decided to call himself something different. I chased him to his marriage certificate. James Alfred Reardon. In and out of youth training centres as a kid. As an adult, number of convictions, mostly for assault.
Strange background for a man of God.
That's what I was thinking.
Thanks.
Don't thank me, mate. I'm just doing my job.
PJ? The Reinhardts want protection.
Mr. Reinhardt?
OK, I'm rolling.
Excuse me. Hey! Oi!
All right, you two. Get out of here. The owner wants you off the premises.
Please, just give us
I
a
don't want to
minute.
hear it. Just go.
You're like away from the gate, thanks. If you don't leave this area immediately, you'll be charged with hindering a police investigation.
The man's a murderer. He's killed his little girl. He's the one you should be arrested.
Really, Mrs. Davies? You saw him do it, did you?
I just see him. It was on the news.
You just have a chat to your friends about it, thanks very much.
benefit to talk
Hey,
with us.
what are you doing, Keppel? Out of here, you lot.
You can't ask us to leave. We're guests.
Yes, I can. You're not guests anymore. And you turn that camera off. I'm sick of you. Go on. Out you go.
Mr. Reinhardt.
Out the gate. Look, Mr. Reinhardt, please, sir, will you stay inside your house? If this crowd sees any more of you, there'll be trouble.
Jesus protects the innocent.
Mr. Reinhardt, do you have a
Well,
statement for
he's
us?
not doing much of a job here, sir, is he? Please.
Jesus sends his servants to do his work, whether you like it or not.
Well, I don't, sir. I don't. Please go inside your house.
You think I've murdered my daughter, don't you?
Sir, I'm just here protecting your interests.
Whatever happened to innocent until proven otherwise?
Mr. Reinhardt, what will need to be proved will be proved.
Excuse me, Nick.
Will you please go inside your house and stay there, sir? What?
Who's leaving, okay?
Does he look like a grieving parent to you?
No, we're having a lot of problems with the particular journalists who won't keep to the property line.
Oh, yeah, and who is it?
Harriet Keppel. I'm just wondering what to do with it. Maybe I should talk to the boss.
No, mate. Arrest her.
Mount Thomas Station back on channel.
Harriet Jane Keppel, you've been charged with obstructing police in the execution of their duty. You're bailed in your own reconnaissance to appear in the Mount Thomas Court on the 3rd of October. Thanks very much. The 3rd of October? Do you understand that?
So I can go now, yeah?
For the time being, yeah. But a condition of your bail is that you are not to go anywhere near the Reinhardt's land. If you're caught trespassing on that land again, you will be detained in custody. Is that clear?
Yeah, sure. Oh, thanks for telling me you're bringing them in.
No, I must have slipped my mind.
Oh, Inspector, will you be making statements?
Inspector Faulkner will be making a statement outside the station. Could everybody wait outside, please? Cooper, show Mr. Reinhardt into the interview room. Mrs. Reinhardt.
Everyone out except you, Miss Keppel. You haven't signed your bail release form. Back
Outside,
here.
please, ladies and gentlemen. I'll answer all your questions out there.
My husband is a good man.
Yes, but he could be responsible for your daughter's disappearance.
He would never do anything to hurt the children.
You sure about that?
Of course.
Yes, but Nathan doesn't give him any trouble. What about Shelley?
Mrs. Reinhardt, are you aware of your husband's criminal history?
Matthew comes from a broken home. He had a terrible childhood, but that was before he found the love of Jesus.
Did he tell you that?
I can see how his life's changed.
Yes, but he spent half his life in detention centres. He's lied, he's stole, he's assaulted people.
He has repented for these things. He was young. Then he found Jesus.
Well, aren't you worried that he might have lost Jesus? Oh, just for a moment, long enough to lose his temper with a rebellious, disobedient young girl?
I don't know what sort of man you are, Detective. I don't even know if you believe in God, but our faith is not a flimsy one. We don't take the bits we want and ignore the rest. It's true, my husband was not always a good man, but he repented.
Have you asked him, Mrs. Reinhardt? Have you actually asked him if he knows where your daughter is, if she's still alive?
If Jesus can forgive my husband for his past, then who am I to question him?
Shelley knows better than to disobey me.
And if she does?
Children aren't born innocent. They need direction. Moral direction. Spiritual direction.
So how do you punish her? Do you hit her?
No. I don't believe in hitting my children. If either of them are naughty, they're deprived of our company for an hour.
You lock them up?
In a manner of speaking.
Where?
Well, it's not the cellar, if that's what you're asking. The bathroom. It's the coolest room in the house. They can read, Is that worse than taking the strap to them? Or beating your child black and blue? Better my children learn now what it's like to be deprived of the company of their family than to be deprived of the love of Jesus and burn in the fires of hell.
Do you have any idea where your daughter is, sir?
Evil exists. Clearly, she's been taken by someone with evil intent in their hearts.
So who would kidnap her, Mr. Reinhardt?
I don't know. But wherever she is, she's in the hands of Jesus.
All right, now, what would you say if I told you that we'd found your daughter's body?
I don't believe you will.
And if we do?
This is a test for me. Exactly like when God commanded Abraham to sacrifice his only son. If I have faith, Shelley will be returned to me.
I'm afraid we don't have much to go on.
Are you all right? Is there anything we can do? We're sorry about the arguments. We said some silly things, but this business, it's taught us a few things.
Please, not now.
Oh, I understand it's a
Really,
bad
where we
time,
could
I
go
know.
and maybe catch up.
You don't have to stay here. Bring Nathan and come and live with us.
That's what you're here for.
We'll do anything necessary. We'll take care of everything. You don't have to worry about money. We'll sort something out.
You're still talking about me leaving Matthew. Not now.
I'm sorry.
PJ, why are you so set against Matthew Reinhardt?
Max,
Is it just because you don't like his religion?
Because he gives people who do believe in God a bad name.
All right. But that doesn't mean that he killed his daughter.
Till we find the body.
You know, you're just as depressing as Nick. There doesn't have to be a body.
Nick's on the radio. Harriet Keppel's back out at the Reinhardt place and she won't keep the property line. He wants to know if he should arrest her again.
Tell him yes. Tell him to lock her up.
Oh, well, if you can't arrest him, arrest
Get
her.
out of here, Maggie. You've broken bail, Harriet. You should be locked up.
Should.
Yeah, but I've come to let you go.
Not too kind.
Oh, not me. Faulkner. Ow. What's going on between you two?
Well, your inspector hardly wants to see a journalist locked up for the night. It wouldn't look too good on the news.
He gave you the story, didn't he? That first night?
Matthew Reinhardt rang the news desk. He didn't think you guys were moving fast enough. Can we get out of here?
Oh, yeah, thanks for the mention, by the way. That was great.
Look, I'm sorry.
Now, you listen, I told you not to quote me, didn't I?
I know. What can I say? Look, don't ever tell me anything you don't want to see on the news, yeah? So, PJ, where can I go?
Anywhere but here. Go on, take off.
Hey, look. Why don't I take you for a drink and make amends? You know where I'll be.
No, what I'm trying to say is that there's a possibility she's still alive. I mean, most homicides turn up within 24 hours, am I right?
Maybe.
Now, the very fact that she's still missing means that there could be a number of explanations.
Well, I'll tell you what you do. You come up with 3, then you give me one that's even remotely likely, and I'll listen to you.
She could have been taken by someone out of town, back to St David's. One's bitten and still not showing.
He'll get rabies before he learns his habits, isn't he?
Well, what do you care?
I don't. What do you care?
I
don't.
Sorry to interrupt, but could we have a word? Sure.
You sit down.
Have you spoken with your daughter yet?
She won't see us.
Look, we realise you probably can't say anything, but well, we just wanted some idea. Do you think they're ever going to find our granddaughter?
We're doing everything we can to find her.
But are you any closer, do you think, to finding who it was, if it was her father or someone else?
No, we're not.
It's all very well to be hopeful, but we've got to be realistic. We're just trying to decide whether we should stay.
If we leave, it's like giving up on her.
There isn't really much you can do here. I can notify you the minute we hear anything.
Maybe we should go back.
We can stay a bit longer if you like. You'll let us know. We can rely on you, can't we?
Yes, of course.
key. Get back.
Hey.
We're going now.
Look, there's a big story up in Sydney. It seems that some people in Newtown were having seances inside. The table moved and one of the participants dropped dead.
Well, heart attack, oh yeah?
Yeah, no, students, and the girl was 18.
Well, I think you found your calling, Harry.
I'll tell you, there's enough weird around to keep the medium business well into the next century. And listen, I have to go stick a rocket up the creek.
Ah,
Catch you
right,
later.
see you.
Morning, Pete.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
Comfortable bed?
Yeah. They'll come back to Mount Thomas, eh?
Well, they're not regulars.
What, they haven't stayed here before?
No.
I mean, before their relationship with their daughter stuffed up.
No, they never stayed here.
Boss, that was Sydney. The boys there have checked the Dwyer's neighbours in Roselle, the Mackies. They've been collecting the Dwyer's papers since Friday morning.
So they lied to us about when they left Sydney?
Yep.
I've just done a lead check. Bill Dwyer was booked for speeding just this side of the border.
When?
On Sunday morning, 8 o'clock.
Right, so it gives them time to get to town and be at the park by 10 o'clock.
But why? I mean, you can't plan something like that. They wouldn't have known Shelley was going to be there.
Well, maybe they didn't plan it. Maybe they just thought they'd lob on the doorstep.
No, I'd expected their Christian son-in-law to turn the other cheek.
Right, so they're driving through town. They see Shelley. She's been beaten up by the local kids. Hey, Chris, yeah, it's PJ. Now, did the Dwyers tell you which way they were going? No, that's fine. Time.
So they haven't got Shelley with them. That means they're going to have to collect her from somewhere.
Yeah, we've got 20 minutes start on us.
Schultz, you and Doyle go and take the Sydney Road. Adam, get on to D24.
They mightn't have too much of a lead if they stop for the girl, though.
Yeah, but from where, though?
What's the matter? What do you want?
Oh, thanks for coming in.
Is it chilly?
No, it's nothing like that. Do your parents have any other friends in town?
Well, there's Janet.
Anyone home? PJ.
If they do have that girl, they might not have gone straight to Sydney, you know. It could be anywhere.
Mount Thomas 308, switch to channel 33.
Mount Thomas 308 going over.
There's no one at the farm, but it looks like the girl was here. Could be 5 minutes ahead of you. Now, according to the neighbour, the friend drives an early model white Mercedes. If they're meeting the Dwyers, it could be near you.
Yeah, I've got a feeling they might be on their way to Sydney. I'll keep you posted.
Receive that. Mount Thomas 308 back on the air. Assuming they don't know we're onto them, the logical place would be where the road from the farm meets with the highway.
No, there's not a lot of logic around here.
Oh, there we go. It's just before the Widgery turn-off. There's that picnic area
Down by the river.
It's quiet, it's out of the way, it's perfect.
Rightio.
Nick, if they're still on the highway, we're getting further behind them.
Shelley?
Come on. Good girl.
Darling, oh.
Shelley.
Oh, we've been so worried about you, darling.
We'll get you home and get you into a dress.
They said I could live with them.
I told you Jesus would return her to me. It's a matter of faith.
I was just doing my job, Mr. Reinhardt.
Yes. With prejudice.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
But we didn't mean for all this to happen. Well, we found her. She was crying and hurt. All because of that silly religion. It broke your mother's heart.
What about my heart? You let me think she was dead.
We didn't mean to hurt you. We just wanted to get you away from
She's my child. This is my family. You had no
you've
right.
got her back. This is fantastic. Hello. Oh, tell me how you feel now your daughter's back.
Oh, I just can't tell you what a relief it is.
Perhaps you could finish this outside the station. Turn
Yes,
that off, please.
Sergeant, could
Let
you
them
tell us
through.
how you managed to find Shelley?
Look, I can't comment except to say that it was the result of very good police work. Now, outside, please.
Great, thank you. Inspector, could you tell us when you managed to find out that the grandparents were responsible for the kidnapping?
Well, this is all sub judice, but what I can say is that we're very pleased that Shelley's alive and well and back with her parents. And I can't take any personal credit. This whole operation's been the result of well-trained officers following normal police procedures, and we're very satisfied with the result.
Great.
All I
You're
said,
raving again.
all I
You're
said
raving.
was that the Reinhardts were responsible for the disappearance of the kid, and I was right.
I don't want to hear it.
I don't argue with him, Doyle. Even argue about the
They go
foam in
on
his
with.
glass.
Hey, I've got nothing in my glass, actually.
You don't deserve anything in
Hey,
your glass.
The system's falling apart. Where is it, Adam? Need another junior officer.
Yes, this time make it a girl.
That's
Very nice.
Lovely.
Well, somebody will
Excuse
get you
me?
a cup of tea without...
You're someone who tell you you're intelligent, witty.
Someone who won't talk back.
Yes or no, that's all I'm asking.
Oh, you're starting to sound like me.
Hey, don't dodge the question.
Oh, you're definitely sounding like me. You want to know if I slept with Inspector Faulkner?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not what you want to know.
Yes, it is.
You want to know if I'd sleep with someone for information and then throw them away. Now, let me ask you this, PJ. If I did, would I be any different from you? You know, I should be 500 miles away getting the scoop on 5 drugged-out uni students and a Ouija board right now, so what am I doing here? Shall we finish these upstairs?